Good evening, and welcome to Trending News Plus. I'm Ryan Adams, bringing you the stories shaping our world. Tonight, we explore a seismic shift unfolding across Africa, a new era of sovereignty and resource control, as nations in the Sahel rise to reclaim what's rightfully theirs. In a region often overshadowed by its colonial past, Niger has emerged as a beacon of defiance. For decades, Africa's abundant resources have enriched foreign powers, with the continent's own people left to bear the burden of poverty. But Niger is changing the narrative. In a historic move, the nation has expelled Orano, a French uranium mining giant that has operated there since colonial times. Let's unravel how Niger has shaken the very foundation of its relationship with France, a colonial legacy of uranium. Niger's importance to France was cemented in 1957, when uranium was discovered by the French Geological Society. This radioactive mineral, essential for nuclear power, turned Niger into an economic lifeline for France. 8 years after Niger's independence in 1960, French authorities struck agreements with Niger's leaders to guarantee unrestricted access to uranium. In exchange, Niger's ruling elite received military protection, aids, and promises of development, agreements many critics now see as exploitative. Successive governments maintained these arrangements, ensuring that French companies like Orano controlled the lion's share of Niger's uranium production. The mineral powered France's vast nuclear energy industry, while Niger itself remained one of the poorest nations on Earth and most of its regions in complete darkness. The turning point recent years have seen mounting resentment among Nigerians over foreign exploitation. Protests erupted after a military coup ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. Under the leadership of General Abdourahmane Tiani, Niger's military government vowed to put the nation's interests first. General Tiani suspended new mining licenses and initiated audits of foreign operations. This culminated in the revocation of Orano's license to operate one of the world's largest uranium mines, Nigerien, estimated to hold 200,000 tons of uranium. The site had been idle since the 2011 Fukushima nuclear disaster caused uranium prices to plummet. Orano's attempts to restart operations came too late, with Niger asserting control over its resources. France's stakes and response. This decision has rattled France. Uranium is crucial to its energy strategy, with nuclear power generating 65% of its electricity. Moreover, the European Union relies on Niger for a quarter of its uranium supply. Losing access to Niger's mines strikes a blow not only to France's economy but to Europe's energy security. French officials, including President Emmanuel Macron, have issued strong warnings, with Macron stating that any threats to French interests would be met with retaliation. But Niger's leaders remain resolute. The uranium, they say, belongs to the people of Niger, and it is their right to decide its fate. A pattern across the Sahel. Niger's actions are part of a broader trend in the region. Neighboring Mali has also taken bold steps to reclaim its resources. Under military leader Colonel Assimi Goïta, Mali revised its mining laws, increasing government stakes in mining projects to 35% and enforcing tax compliance on foreign companies. This policy shift didn't sit well with Western mining giants. Canadian firm Barrick Gold and Australian company Resolute Mining initially resisted these changes, refusing to pay millions in owed taxes. But Mali's government stood firm, even detained 3 executives to send a clear message. Barrick Gold ultimately agreed to settle $512 million in unpaid taxes, marking a significant victory for the Malian people. The cost of exploitation. The fallout of decades of resource exploitation is evident in towns like Arlit in Niger, where Orano once promised prosperity. Instead, it left behind 20 million tons of radioactive waste. This toxic legacy has contaminated water and air, posing severe health risks to local communities. Residents are left to grapple with diseases linked to radiation, while wildlife and vegetation have vanished. These environmental and social costs are stark reminders of the inequalities ingrained in the old system, a system Niger and Mali are determined to dismantle. A new chapter for Africa. These bold moves by Niger and Mali represent a turning point. They are reclaiming their resources and rewriting the rules of engagement with the West. The path forward will be challenging, with threats of legal battles and economic retaliation. But for the first time in decades, these nations are asserting control over their destinies. It's a moment of profound transformation, not just for Niger and Mali, but for Africa as a whole. The world is watching as these nations take a stand, challenging the status quo and inspiring others to do the same. What do you think about this historic shift? Join the conversation, share, subscribe, like, and comment. For Trending News Plus, I'm Ryan Adams. Stay with us for more compelling stories from around the globe.